Good morning, everybody. Alright, I'm going to do a tutorial on the Easy Scan. The Easy Scan is the scan I like to do every morning on myself. I also do it midday and in the evening. So I have my profile pulled up. And remember, the way you look for a profile is you search it right there. So I'm pulled. So I go to my quick scan. I'm going to do a clearing. You always want to make sure you clear yourself first before you do a scan. So I'm clearing myself. We'll let that run. Takes about a minute. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Easy Scan. Now, if you want to have the scanner analyze your supplements, you'll go to the Show All, and it will bring up your supplement library. You'll go in here and you'll pick all of your supplements, with the exception of evening, since this is morning. And then, the most important thing you can say is I am and your name. I am Tammy Ward. Today is Tuesday, December 7th. I'm feeling a lot better, feeling like I'm on the road to health again, and looking forward to today. And this is the point I would plug in my bone conductors. And mine have to plug in down here on the charging area. So now we are scanning the complete inner voice. I have my bone conductors set right in front of my ears, and remember, the hoop of the bone conductors that you see here goes over the ear, and then this sits on the jaw area, right in front of the jaw. So make sure that your bone conductors are on. You will feel the vibration. My volume is turned up so that I can feel and hear the vibration of the scan running. So in the Easy Scan, what it does is it compiles all the information of all three scans. The inner voice, then the vitals, and then the comprehensive. And in each scan, you'll notice on the first part of it, it will tell you need your bone conductors on. So this is the part where it's detecting, and we know that because the human body is up here. And about midway into the scan, you'll notice that it will switch over to a brain, and that's where the balancing frequencies are being sent back in. So when you're looking at your report, the very first part of the scan is the current scan, or the previous scan, previous scan, and then once it flips over, then it's current scan. It's not that you've had another scan in the past. It's actually the scan for today. So remember, previous scan, and then when it switches over, it'll say current scan. The inner voice, it doesn't do that way, just the vitals and the comprehensive. It takes about 4 minutes or so to complete the scan in its entirety, and then when it's finished, you have a beautiful report that it generates. And then, of course, the reports, you can look at the enhanced report, which gives you the number grid system. So see, we switched over. Now we're doing the optimization. Or on the reports, you can do the classic view where it just gives the red and green. So it's your choice, however you want to view those reports. I prefer to look at the enhanced view. To me, that gives me a lot more information. It helps me to know what things I need to work on personally so that I can make improvements in my own health and well-being. When you look down here, it will tell you at what area that the scan is running. And if you see this pop up, it just means that it's trying to connect with the server and download those files. I had cleared out all my cache and everything this morning because it had been a while. and I noticed I was having a little bit of glitching going on. So don't worry, it'll just go right back. If it does get stuck, you may need to turn your device off for about 10 minutes and restart it. I did have some issues this morning, so I did end up turning it off for about 10 minutes, then restarting it, and everything was fine. Now it's jumped to the comprehensive, and again, this is the part where it's the previous scan, about till we get to midway, and then it will start doing the optimization, sending those good positive frequencies back in. And then you can see what areas are being scanned at the time. So it's pretty nice tool to be able to know what's going on in your health and with your frequencies, because the key is we want our frequencies to be as high as possible. And if we're having low frequencies, then tendency is that we might be headed towards some illness, some disease, and we want to make sure that we keep our vibrations high. So we're about 4.5 minutes into the scan total, but I do want to show you the complete steps of how I do handle my own scanning, so that you know the proper ways to do your scanning. So now it's getting ready to switch over to the optimization here in just a few seconds. It's about 20 some different chromosomes. Then it goes to the eyes. Now we switched over to the optimization. So this is where you would hear the frequencies. The first part of this scan is kind of like a robotic sound. To me, it's like a boop, 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 boop noise. But this is where you actually hear the frequencies. And again, it's not necessary to hear these frequencies or feel the vibrations, because I have done thousands of remote scans around the globe, and of course the people are not wearing a bone conducting headset, but the scans are still pretty spot on. You do lose a little bit of accuracy. Even Lauren has spoke about that when you're not using the device directly with the bone conductor headset on. However, it's still pretty accurate. My opinion is that some frequencies are better than no frequencies at all. So if you are running your app on a device that's outside of a Solex issued device, make sure that you do have the Bluetooth bone conductor headset. It comes in a very nice case. I'll open mine up right now, show you. Sorry. So here's what the bone conductors look like in the case. And when I open that up, you'll see that they're here. They're not much bigger than the wired ones that come with your scanners, and they're nice and compact and go in this nice little case. You can also put your scanner in this side of the case if you wish. So now my report is done. It has generated. So we'll go back and we'll take a look at it. I'm going to unplug this so that it can be seen clearly here. So here we have the inner voice grid. We have our tones. We have the bouncing harmonics. You can either play the tones one at a time by clicking on these boxes and putting your colored glasses on, or you can play them all looped together. This is another little quick scan audio that you can play afterwards. And here's what the scanner decided that I needed today. So I need my acupuncture, my aloe vera patch. I need to imprint my pellets. So I have my pellets here. I'm going to make sure I turn my volume up. My pellets have already been erased. I erase them after each time. So I would imprint that. Even though the box does not show up, it's still working. Imprint this one. And then I would take 5 to 6 of these pellets, and then once I take those, then I go ahead and re-erase. So as we scroll down, it tells us the grid that we're looking at, and it gives me my information. It also goes in to my blood work and the items that could be possibly out. I've been fighting an infection, so this is no surprise to me, and you can click on these words and it will actually give you a definition of what is going on in that area. My chakras, they had a couple that were out of balance. Now they're balanced. Now my meridians, and the meridians are like our, our electrical system within our body. I got a couple of them that are out I want to pay attention to. And then I would go down in this list and match those up and see what that was pertaining to and maybe work on that area. And then it goes into the digestive, and we'll scroll down here to the comprehensive. So now we're at the comprehensive, and remember, anything with the little body here, you can click on the word. It will bring up a 3D image of where that area is in the body so that you can start to educate yourself as to where these different body parts are, and maybe be able to match up. Maybe if you're having some pain in that area, inflammation in that area, then that would totally make sense. So this happens to be in my digestive area. So that's exactly spot on. If it does not have a little body, you cannot, there's nothing there that you can click. So just remember, if there's a little figure up here, you can definitely click on the areas. So as we can see, my bronchial, my respiratory is having some issues. That is what I've been fighting, and that is all of the report. So now the last thing I want to do, I want to make sure I email that to myself as well. But I'm going to go in here and I want to make sure I shield myself. So before and after every scan, I make sure that I clear and shield, and then you're finished. So again, after I shield myself, I'll go back and I'll make sure I email that report to myself so that I have a good record and I can start tracking my progress or areas that might need attention. The purpose of doing the scan every day and multiple times a day is so that you can work on areas and be able to improve things. So let me go back to the report and I will email that to myself. And that is all that you have to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get the newest updates. You guys have a blessed day.